It seems irrational to pray to Satan, especially considering
Please skip forward. What's your point? They pray to Satan. What is this? People pray to Satan directly. Abba, Jack Black stood in front of MTV award or whatever award in front of everybody and said, "Hail Satan!" openly. Some years ago, openly, everybody heard him say it and pretended he was joking. No, he's a Satanist. He has a music band called Something to Satan. Directly. People worship Satan, please. Go and read a book by Rebecca Brown. He came to set the captives free. People worship Satan. They've been worshiping forever. They worship him directly. Irrational to praise the Satan. Why? When he gives people things, considering he can do nothing unless God permits it. That's not how power works. That's not how authority works. What do you mean by he can do nothing except God permits it? Satan has his sphere of authority. Wow, this is a lot.
why why then would his followers fast? Fasting is an act of humility, and Satan is anything but humble. Would he even value or reward humility?
I think you're mixing up the concept of sacrifice with humility. Sacrifice. Satan, like any other deity, desires sacrifice. Sacrifice triggers the involvement of the supernatural. Sacrifice. When you provide a sacrifice to Satan, like to God, he takes note of you. Okay? So leave out humility from it. And even if you are to follow humility, if you humble yourself before Satan, he gives you something. Everybody responds to humility, even you that is asking this question. When someone humbles themselves before you and goes lower in front of you, you're inclined to favor them. When you go to Satan and he tells you to do something and you do it, he's inclined to give you power. The people who go into the bush and stay for 7 days without eating and live in the bush and come out and have powers. Dynam, British magician, said his grandfather told him something. His grandfather obviously was a witch. He didn't say this, but I know now, it's obvious. So he goes into the bush and comes out as Bengale as a slim fellow like this. If he activates a certain witchcraft, this thing, you can't carry him, you can't lift him up to the ground. He's not acting, it's demonism. And he went into the forest and came out first. He's not Nigerian, he's British. The devil is the same everywhere. So when a native doctor goes into the bush and stays and then comes out with power, you don't go saying he has humbled himself with fasting before the demonic god he's worshipping and he has gotten the rewards. Okay? All right. So I think I've answered you. Ask his followers to fast seems counterintuitive. All right. I hope I've answered you and showed you why it's super intuitive. It's not counterintuitive. It's very efficient in the grand scheme of things. Satan makes his people suffer 1,000,000 times more than God does. God may tell you to fast. Satan makes his people give their children as sacrifices. He collects things from people. I don't want to go into the deeper levels of Satanism. You don't know what Satan has done to people. Satan does horrible things. When you humble yourself and do something Satan wants, he gives you something back. He gives you money. When you hear them talk about pounding babies, do you think it's a joke? Why he makes you do it is because if you harden your heart and have the mind to do it, it means you can serve him in other ways. And the person comes and has so much money, is a billionaire, supernaturally, has so much money. When you hear of juju heads that vomit money, when you hear of people who seem to succeed in any sector of life, music, they pay a price, sell their soul to the devil, sleep in the cemetery, sleep with a corpse, a dead body, pay mortuary attendance, and have sex with a corpse. These are real things. Don't be a child. People have done all these things and more. Then they come out. 100 of you have a nice voice. Oh, hi, 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 hi. He comes out, makes the same sound. Oh, hi, 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 hi. He sells 1 million records. Why did his own sell? Why didn't your own sell? Sacrifice. The spirits go forth. Actual human beings that work for Satan directly and sit at the top of music and record companies have been told that guy is to be a star. So they tell that, and that. Our next star is that guy. He has paid the price. He said he wanted to be a star. They coordinated him. He ended up in a meeting with this guy who is wearing a hooded thing and saying, "Are you willing to pay the price?" And he said, "Yes." Any price. Yes. So they marked his forehead. And he's at home the next day. And he gets a phone call. Ring, ring. Hello. My name is Johnny Mark, and I'm calling you from Johnny Mark. The Johnny Mark? The very one. We are thinking of signing. I came across your content on YouTube, and we think you have the makings of a star. You don't even know if it's Johnny Mark that was wearing the black hood the night before in that witchcraft thing you were standing. Even if it wasn't him, someone that was there sent him a memo. He got the info. You're the next star. They're going to make you a star. You're going to be a star for 5 to 10 years if you keep paying the price. After that, they'll crush you and spit you away. It's the norm. That's how they go through stars. Michael Jackson or King of Pop, Prince, it doesn't matter who you are. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. Name them. Name your musicians. Top is the same. Simple process. If you sustain and pay the price, they'll sustain you. Some of these musicians are involved directly, some indirectly. Some they don't know why. Some they are the go betweens who will come and say, "Yeah, you have to rub this or you have to do this." Yeah, those are helping you run the business behind. But just know that nothing just happens. You're not just a star because you feel like being a star. Uh-uh. Some they need you to say something or disagree with something or stand for something. Could you leave Jesus out of that song? Could you not say Jesus? Could you just say, "Oh, He is God. He is God." Woo! No, I said, "He is Jesus. He's Jesus." That was the song you wrote to. I heard, I can't remember who it was. He said if they would just remove Jesus, if you just remove that word, if you share the amount of money, dear God, the guy said no. I'll go away now. Why? Because Jesus is the name above all names. Because they go say, when you say God, they are God's many and Lord's many. 1 Corinthians 8. They are God's many. You can apply. That's why some of you funny Christians, you hear someone come and sing a song and he's saying God. Have you asked which God? They are God's many, Lord's many. You don't know. No. I hear 1 Corinthians 8. Go and read it, verse 4 and 5. 6. They are God's many and Lord's many. The Bible says so. There are many gods. But to us, there is one God. Yes?
1 Corinthians 8, verse 5.
And 6.
For even if there are so called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as indeed there are many gods and many lords,
Have you seen indeed there are many gods? Did you just read it? There are many Elohim and many curious gods and lords. Go and listen to my messages on gods and lords. There are a couple online, YouTube. Just type in Ita Udoh, gods and lords. Lords and gods. Just check. Listen to it well.
yet for us there is but one God.
Did you hear for us? There is one Theos. One Theos. One God. But there are many theos. There are many entities that are known as gods around the world. But for us, we have chosen to have one theos. Yes?
the
The Father.
Father, from whom all things came, and for whom we live. And there is but one Lord, Jesus Christ, through whom all things came, and through whom we live.
That's the scriptures. So when you sing God, the people just change it into whichever God they are worshiping. African gods, any God, Lord Vishnu, any God. So they can sing that and be sending it from their hearts to their God. Satan gets worship. He loves worship. Any sacrifice you give to Satan, he receives it. Worship empowers him. Man was given authority on earth. Whenever man who has authority on earth submits to Satan, he gives Satan authority on earth. That's how it works. Okay? When men submit to Satan, they give Satan authority. He can now do his will on the earth as opposed to God's will being done. That's why you and I that claim to be Christians must submit ourselves to God. Then we empower the kingdom of heaven. What you meant by saying he cannot do anything except God permits it. God has already permitted him to do some things, including collecting worship, including exercise authority, deceiving Christians and all who dwell on earth. He already has certain authority, just like you have authority. You have authority to stand up and sit down. You have authority to go out and come in. You have authority to eat. There are people you know that don't have authority to eat. They can't carry their hands to their mouth. They lost the authority. You call it sickness. You call it inability. It's a loss of authority. What you take for granted. There are people who don't have authority to stand up. You've not thought about it, but you're thinking as I'm speaking. That you see that stand up and down, you do like nothing. There are people who don't have the authority. Some have not had it since they were born. They never had the authority to stand up and sit down. Their legs don't cooperate. Just like what I said at the beginning of the meeting. Some people have authority over their voice. It's like any sound they hear in their head, they can make it with their throat. Have you ever thought about that? Have you heard some people make music with their throat and mouth? You're wondering, how do you? These are thoughts you have. You think of a key, you forget it. They think of a key, they hit it. Does anyone think about this thing? I do. You hear me singing sometimes and my voice scatters. Because that what I'm hearing on the way there, my voice scattered. So I say, don't worry, in the age to come, I'll sing this song properly. When I get my new voice box. You want to know me in the age to come. What I'm hearing in my head, I don't have the equipment to produce. Some of you have. Some people here, what they have in their head, as they are reading their exam books, they are looking at it. They see a part, I'll remember this. They remember it too. These people remember it too. They enter exam hall, they remember you. Hmm. Those who remember, you know yourself. You know what I'm talking about. It's not that you're special. You're a very reckless person. You didn't even read. It's the day before exam, you stand and do like this. Fear, fear, fear. Who knows any of those people? They do like this. They do like this. They do like this. Very unserious people. It's God given. It's God given. Stop beating up yourself and comparing yourself. They are playing, you're playing. Who is your mate? That guy is not your mate. Some people have what they call photographic memory. When they see things, it's as though a picture is taken. Do you have? Know what you have. Know what you don't have. Operate accordingly. Stop stressing yourself with someone with photographic memory about go and read, go and read. He doesn't need to. He just needs to read the day before exams. Send him up and down. You see the other one? Tell them, go and read, go and read. Chase them away. How do you know them? It's not hard. Watch how they do. See them floating around. Look, look, look. Ask questions. Read something for a first time. Okay, this. Ask them, how do you? I just remember anything I see, except I don't see that thing. Or some people, anything I hear, I don't forget. So make sure they're in class, in every class. Put your thing on audio, listen to it. Go and listen. So on that fast seminar, there's one called academic. A is for academic efficiency. Go and listen to academic efficiency, where I taught on how to study and about different kinds of ways of learning and why some people struggle so much because you are trying to study the way he was created to study when your own way is tactile. Yours is different. His is visual. Hers is auditory. That's why anything someone teaches you, says to you, you remember. Zoom in on that one and use it. Your results will change like magic. But because you don't know, so you keep struggling to be a musician when you're a frog. I'm using that one because you understand it. It's for academics, so but you get the point. Learn your own part and work on it. Don't go to your mother's kitchen and say, "Mommy, me and you, let's compete. Who can cook better?" Are you serious? Oh boy, are you serious? Don't compete with your mother with limited resource. Forget about buying plenty fish and putting in something. We want 1,000. Oh yeah, let's go. And you know who can cook. So you're going to have to know your lane and drive in it. Is this clear? I hope this helps somebody. Next.
I am a mother, and it's part of me to call or greet every female
You're
with
a mother now. Leave me alone. Next. The person's question is that they greet girls, sweetheart, darling. I wasn't talking to you. Was it not clear? I'm talking to brothers. Eh? I'm talking to brothers. God bless you. Honey, sweetheart, you're not cursing. It's okay. Call them. I said they need hugs. They need sweet words. Let them get it from the right source. Let them get it from themselves. Let them call themselves what they want to call themselves. But guy, don't join and call. Huh? Guy, don't join and call. It's the guy that should not join and be calling, except her husband. Leave someone's daughter or wife alone. Don't call them sweet names. Okay? It affects them. If it didn't have any effect, I would say it doesn't matter. Even the ones that say it doesn't affect them, don't mind them. Don't call them. Don't mind them. They are under the influence of drugs. They don't know enough.
are Christian guys allowed to give side hugs to
Where did
females?
you learn side hug? Was it not from me? Am I not the one that taught you the word side hug? I'm the one that said, give them a side hug. They are allowed. But how often? How many times can you miss someone? Eh? Keep your hands to yourself. Every time in class. What is wrong with that? Keep your hands to yourself. Go and develop a prayer life. They are not missing you like that. You're indisciplined. You went for holidays. You're a student. You came back from holidays. You have not seen for 2, 3 months. Good to see you. They traveled. Again, it's you see, when I taught my people these things many years ago, they would tell me, sir, it's hard. We go for youth service. You say, no, don't hug me. And some guys will grab you by force and say, I'm hugging. That's how indisciplined. And I told my people, you must learn to use your elbow. Hold it like this. Come to use it like this for real. As they come, let me hit their chest. Bam. And I'm not playing because they hug you, they leave you. Whatever they claim they were thinking, they go and sit down. That hug, depending on the quality of their mind, because that's what a hug does. Your mind, the purity of the mind, plus the nature of the hug. When God was teaching me this, I was in university. The year may have been 1998, 99. And I remember hugging a classmate. And she gives me, oh, Ita, I can't remember whatever, but she gives me a hug. She was tall. I think she was standing in a lower place, so it was easy, and I was on the edge of the faculty. And she gives me a hug from the side, and I hug, you know. But, and permits me, for those of you that are not used to preachers that are honest, the only way you set people free is by telling the truth. So I've told these things before, but in case you're new and say, this pastor, they don't talk like that. Anything that will help someone, I tell. And I go back later. I live. I'm a righteous, but they used to call me uh, not Spirit Coco, but they mix my name with the word Spirit, whatever. Spirit Coco, they used to call me that, you know. And I go to my room also, and I'm sitting down, I think, in my room or class or. And then, again, I share these things because I didn't read them from a book. I was taught these things. And the memory, and everything I'm saying, the memory of the hug replace. The memory of the contact of her bust to my side replace. Nothing happened, no thought came to mind when the hug happened. It's the replay. The devil tried to replay it and replay it and replay it and turn it into. I was like, "Kai." So I remember it clearly because that was the day I had this class from the Holy Ghost, and he was teaching me that lust and all the things about sexual sin and all that. It's more of, for those who don't know, the most powerful sexual organ in your body is your brain. Yes, it's your brain. Oh, it's here. It's in your head that everything about sexual matters happen. The manifestation in the physical is a secondary effect. You could sit down next to someone, you could hug your sister, your mother, or that. Never a whiff of any. They could, for all I care, they may not be wearing any clothes when they are hugging you. It results in nothing, zero temptation. So what's happening? Because it's in your brain. It's not the physical contact. It is the mental construct. It's the mental state that activates it and converts it either into a lost event and all that. You can hug your wife, you can hug your people. I am a pastor and I father people. And I heard and I've said for years, you tell sisters, be careful, you might be excited, sometimes they are so emotional, you know, insincerity. Some, they just feel. So I encourage sisters to hug sisters. They need hugs for their daily dose of oxytocin, their drug upkeep. Very important. Don't mind them when they act like, no, me, I'm not interested. Don't mind them. Just hug them. The world needs more hugs. I'm not saying guys don't need hugs, a little, but not like girls. But people hug me once in a while. People hug me, and I can speak from a place of uh, a mind that is mostly has been kept pure for a long time. Now it's not automatic because I'm a pastor, because I'm older, because I'm a father and all that, and I owe a spiritual responsibility. It's not like I could be everything I am and have an impure mind. But I've often said the primary victory I have in matters of temptation, sexual temptation, is in my mind because I fought it hard many years ago. Now you keep fighting, it doesn't stop. But you have to, like, you can dominate a space and it stays under dominion. Then you see people, young men, older men, all kinds, who are slaves of impure thoughts, struggling with pornography, impurity, sitting down, lusting as a norm. Then you go and act and say it doesn't matter. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Don't compare yourself. How does the Bible say what I'm saying? To the pure, all things are pure. I heard a woman of God talking about she was under the power of God. She couldn't stand up, and this other man of God came, and and he comes to greet her, and she is under the power of God for this. And she reaches out and hugs him, and he wants to pull back, and he hears the Holy Spirit said, "No, no, this is of me. This is holy. This is holy." So he allows it again. There's no loss. All that it was an open thing. It's not like a secret place. I mean, people are around. It doesn't really matter. Remember, the replay usually is the issue. For some people, it's right there. The indiscipline that makes you even do it. Let me squeeze that person. Even that alone is bad. I've heard of cases where people, again, from that first hug squeeze, the rest is history. Everything happened. Everything happened. Every evil thing. In fact, people took drugs, abortion pills, from a hug. From a hug. from a hug. So let's not pretend. One hug, bah, fire, burn down the whole house, burn the whole thing down. Meanwhile, another person could hug someone calmly and walk away. So they are different. Now, don't go testing. Am I such a person? Because the devil. Now, no, the devil. I hear his voice. I know him. I know him. Some people now say, okay, I'm going to experiment. If sisters, brothers, mind yourselves. Use your elbow. Stretch out your hand. Hello. I was in university where I started teaching this, and I remember telling one young lady who was again, no? And people were more modest. You guys are really crazy now. They were crazy then, but imagine now they're far crazy. And she was very obedient. Someone I was mentoring, one of my first mentees. And as you walk towards her, she just stretched out her hand. So say they will try to make some will say no, 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 and say no, no, no too. Till they know it officially and leave you alone. Stop being available for drug supply, please. Stop. It's not, apart from anything, makes you an undignified person. And these things affect you. You don't know how it affects you in your life. Do you understand that if multiple people are lusting after you, it's affecting you where you are? In your mind, you don't know. You have gone home. Three guys you went to class and left, and three guys are lusting after you. Some of them are undressing you in their mind. You think it doesn't matter. And there are other people, nobody is doing such a thing. When you come around them and pass, you have a shield of purity around you. Stop making yourself available for spiritual abuse. You don't understand in the spirit realm, people. You don't get. One of our people was in law school, and one of our classmates, who we heard later was a pastor, was an occultic young man. And he looked at her and said, "You're too pure. You need to be defiled." Those were his words. And he said something like, "You think I don't see you?" I said, literally, it seems he has astral projected to her hostel and was describing her pajamas. Then your nightwear looks like this. How do you know? So you're the one that, again, so many Christians, you're just playing through life. Who told you life is a game? Who told you this is a playground? This is a battlefield. And the same way people like me are here trying to get you in God's army, there are people that are trying to get you into Satan's army. He looked at her and said, "You need to be defiled." He had a goal to defile, that she would be defiled. And it's words they'll use. Activate it with words. So don't even be around and as I'm saying this, I'm hearing this. Don't be around anybody that talks nonsense. Say, "No, I just like him. He's always very funny." Tell him once. Tell him I don't mean if you're a girl. I mean if you're a guy too. And you're around a guy, and vice versa, you're a girl, you're around another girl. You find they want to speak filth. They are dirty, their minds are dirty. As they say, they want to start. You have to understand that you're an assignment. Were you here on Friday? When I talked about that Satan has books with your names and plans for you. It's not a joke. It's not, as usual, I went to him and God confirmed it. He always confirms it. There's a very organized kingdom with you. Like, you need to be taken down. This you sitting here now, there's a plan to make sure you don't continue sitting here. It's a real plan. It's not a theoretical plan. It's not like it's just floating in the air. No. There's a deliberateness. You should stop. You should turn your back from God. We've had people in this place, you see, they give testimonies. Go online. Some of them, their videos are there. They give fantastic testimonies of what God has done. Right now, they may not be here. They are somewhere else. Why? They say, "I don't want to come." Why? I'm hearing voices in my head. So, are you the only person? Has your pastor not taught you on voices extensively? And even then, you look at you and you wonder, how is this possible? People that last 2 weeks ago, they were here, the power of God is moving, they're under the power of God. You hear them say, "I don't want to come to church." Why? "I just don't want to." You that look like you really love God, You that God saved from this. And well, once you look at it, it doesn't make sense. You know, Satan is involved because it doesn't make sense. There's no reason you should be saying this thing you're saying. And I just want some time to do what? So the devil has talked and conquered them. That voice has spoken to them, said, I don't know what, I don't know what he tells them. I don't know what he tells them, but it has worked and they've succumbed. And if they don't repent and change how they are thinking, they will end up in a dark place. That's how it happens. Because God is going to say, "What did I do you evil?" The answer is no. So why did you turn your back on me, in spite of what you heard? The devil will say, I want." Usually, there's greed, there's impatience, or the devil come and say, "Can't you see how hard things are with your family?" So, turning your back to God from God, will it make it better? Then there's one that will start saying, "This is not the only church." So what? Um, so I'm going to another church. Bye bye now. You need transport. But let's not be feeling we are the only church. What is wrong with you? Keke is waiting. Go fast. You no, the devil looks at you. That plan I said he has opens the book, says, "What are we using? Spirits? Yes, yes." This one say, "I'll use depression. Used to be his weak point." Okay, so we can use the depression route, even though it has not worked for the past 8 months. So, has anything happened recently that can trigger it? Yes, yes. He lost some money. He lost some money to something. Okay, good. So let's use that. All right. So do your work. The demon comes. Say, where was God when I lost this money? Planted the seed. You take it from there. If God is all powerful and knows everything, why would He not stop me from investing in crypto? Goat in a boat. What is wrong with you? God does not have robots. God has people that He's training to be soldiers. And He looked at you and went like, your pastor said you should invest in crypto, but you have, or you want to. We'll withdraw grace and what happens? Maybe what you won't learn from what you learn from experience. So you successfully invest in it and you lose it. Now you're finding a way to blame God. How do you do that? How do people find a way to blame God for the most obvious foolishness they did with their own hands? How it is the devil. You're listening to Satan. Satan has come to talk to you and you are listening. All right, so back to our side hawk thing. Someone says, "Oh, hello," but not every time. Don't encourage it at all. Sisters, please have some dignity. Someday you'll be married to some man. Please. It's not a nice feeling to feel that you are available to everybody. I'm not talking about even sleeping with them. I'm talking about just being too, I don't know. So it's simple, have dignity. Men like their wives to themselves. Ask the men. It's a fact. They don't want to even be thinking in their mind that people just take you for granted. Don't they know you're someone's wife? In their brain, they don't like the idea. If it's a parent figure, a pastor, this and that, but just anybody, the fact that anybody and everybody thinks they can just grab you. What is, where did the idea come from that you are that available? You made that possible. Get rid of it, okay? But there's nothing wrong with saying hi, hello, but don't do it all the time. I've been around our young people for years, from when they're 18, 19, 20, 20, and you see them. They may go for a long trip, long time, they haven't seen them. Then they talk. Some people are more expressive than some. Some guys are more expressive. Some can't seem to control themselves. They are too, "Oh, please, just this once. I've not seen you in 2 years." Who knows? Everybody with his own battle. And they give the sister a hug. I'm not saying there's a sin in itself. There are different factors. Okay? Things are not sin the way people try to think. But everybody know yourself. Know yourself. Don't deceive yourself. I grew up into things. I stayed away from people. I kept my distance. It's as I grew up, became man more of a pastor figure, a father figure, and then you see some. I remember going to Jos for a conference, and different ones of our people came from everywhere. And everybody in Jos, you're wearing heavy clothes, sweaters, thick clothes. The weather is cold. Everybody's wearing sweaters and jackets. That's layers of padding. And I'm seeing people for the first time. They are coming from another state, to Jos for that national conference, and they are hugging me all around. Pastor, they're excited, excited to see me. And I'm thinking, as all those hugs are happening, how it might look as though this is normal, but it's not normal. It's that they haven't seen me for a long time. We are in a strange land, and there are other circumstances. But someone that would see that would go like, that church, they are very. I've been in a church and I'm looking and people are eh, free with their pastor, but I'm thinking maybe too free. Because I'm wondering, did he travel? Is he just coming back? Have they been missing him? Or is this just the norm? And something happened in one city, and I wonder, okay, yeah, my concern was well deserved because that shows some boundary may have been crossed. A boundary may have been crossed, And I wondered about it. Wondered about it. It seems one of the persons, in the assignment wanted to give the pastor a peck. He dodged. He had to. This everybody is dancing in church. So it's not in pride. It's not secret. I think that girl may have been a maybe secondary school. Yeah. I don't know if it's his chick she wanted to peck. Which is not a sin, but this is he went like this. So I'm talking about balance. I did feel they were too huggy. They were hugging too much. The hug was too much. Was too free. There's balance. Are you hearing me? Now you see how you reacted. Why did you react? So there's a boundary. Good. So you must have created boundaries before people break everything. Do you get? There has to be boundaries. I heard a pastor once talk about and saying, "Don't hug too." He was saying, "Don't act as though he doesn't remember. I know I'm free and God has helped me. I've not stumbled and or anything, but remember I'm human too." That's what he was telling his church. He said, "Remember I'm human. That he can be tempted as long as he's a male. I'm tempted. Even females are being tempted these days with homosexual spirits. Females are tempted by females. How much more? Males are tempted by males. How much more male and female? So there has to be balance. Don't trigger things. Sisters, don't be careless in the name of I'm nice and be a trigger to the guys. Guys, don't trigger either. Neither should you. I've heard of guys hugging girls and thereafter the girl comes knocking at the door. And I've heard everything. Don't. You should. There are people you sense there's something lustful in the air. You don't even, you just keep a distance. There are people there's a purer spirit around them. Ah, I'll end with this other lesson. I was still in the university, and I'm coming out of the faculty, and I see this sister, you know, and she's excited to see me. I'm happy to see her too, and I take her by the hand. I take one step, two steps, and I let her hand go because I'm someone that ordinarily wouldn't care. I'm not touchy feely, but because again, God has had mercy on me. I don't think much about many things. If I'm driving in a car, I see any of our brothers or sisters, I'll carry them. I don't stand and think, how will he appear? I've heard all the stories. I don't care. What is it? Things are hard. Someone needs a drop. You're here talking about how will he appear if they see you a pastor with. I don't understand. Leave me alone. Now, if you know the pastors who commit, let them not carry. I'm not committing. Leave me alone. I've not committed before. Who wants me to carry them? If I see you on the road, I should carry you. I should think because there's all this talk about Billy Graham said he never traveled with a woman in the car. Yes, I know the story. He said because he traveled on international trips. Huh? He travels to another country. You'll be with that person for a long time. Sometimes it's not only him driving, there are others with him. And he had people with him too. Sometimes we don't have enough people. And sometimes we are just helping someone. You are going somewhere, the person is going down the same road. I'll now be waving. Bye. No, that's not how. When my father used to go for church meetings and all that, he would pack people into the car. Pack people will be sitting on people. There will be so many. So I had some physical training. So it's also in me. The kindness in my heart. I know people drive cars empty. It bothers me. Hmm? When I'm driving and I pass someone that is heading in the direction I'm going, and there's someone sitting by me in the car, I usually rebuke them and say, "Didn't you see that person?" I'm usually unhappy. I'm like, "You should be kinder. You should help people." So when you have your own car, you not be helping people. I've preached on these things for years. I've practiced it for years. Dropping off people. When we were young, newer, smaller, I'm going out, I will go and drop. You have Bible studies, and I'll go and be dropping off people. Some people here, I will drop them off in the hostel. So don't think when I stand here preaching now and we finish a meeting at night and they drop you off in the hostel with our cars because our bus had an accident. We don't have a bus. Don't think it's, he's just doing it. I was doing it when I was everything. When I was alone, I would drive people and go and drop them at night in their houses. I, I was doing that years ago. It's habit. Now, why am I saying this? If I'm going to stand and now and be thinking, how will he appear? They now saw you in the car with a girl. How many of you know that can be an issue? I now have a choice. So which one should I do? Oga, you know you have issues with female. Someone is sitting in the car. Some of you females have suffered this. Next thing, the pastors and you don't even understand how he came and touched your leg, your thigh. Mr. Pastor man, sir, don't drop anybody. It's not your calling. Have you heard? Don't drop anybody. Don't drop. There is no way God is angry with you. In fact, if you drop them, God will be angry with you. Don't drop. Don't drop anybody. Tell them bye bye. Take the petrol money you have dropped and give them and say, pay your way. Have you heard? I hope everybody has heard me when I said it. But if you know there's no such temptation, no such sin, no such possibility, why will you care so much about what people think and abandon someone that needs help? Rain starts to pour. I'm sorry, we have a policy. Which kind of policy? Policies are made for men. Men are not made for policies. Who said that? The Lord Jesus said laws are made for man. To stop making a law what is not the law. So there's no law against hugging. Oh. Sometimes that sister needs a hug. Specifically, person say a side hug to be safe with me because they're like, Pastor, on a side hug, now I talk. Oh. Because if they say hug, I will say, what kind of hug? So you can be, people lose people. People cry. People are in situations. And then you say, hey, they say I should never. And the person needs, I need an arm around the shoulder. A controlled arm. Keep it there. Because I've heard of arms on shoulders that passed into blouses. There's nothing we have not heard. So all this, stop looking for a hard and fast rule. Okay? Walk in holiness and righteousness all the days of your life. Okay? You notice a brother, he seems to put his arm, you don't, it's a greeting. Hello. Because you have not seen since last semester. Not every time you drape his arm around your shoulder as though you're his younger sister. Keep your hand down. Discourage him. If you're a brother like that, you're here, you're hearing me, stop. I don't care how long you've been that way. Don't tempt her, and you, sister, don't tempt him. Okay? Brothers are easily tempted. Have mercy on them. I didn't have anything in my mind. He had. He didn't have at the beginning, but after you now had. So be reasonable, be sensible. And why did I leave that sister's hand? I held the arm, held like this in front of the faculty. I'm coming out, just stepping down. And I left it. Why? Because I picked loss. Now, it's later I knew, okay, she must have been struggling with loss because it felt like a instant loss. I couldn't understand why. I left her hand like really fast. It's years later that as I've grown and come to understand, there are times I'm even around people and I can sense they are struggling with loss. Now again, if you are struggling with loss, how can you sense? Whose loss are you picking? Are you understand? So there are things you need to grow into as you keep walking on the path of righteousness, okay? Are you hearing? So there are times I have to ask, is this me? Is it her? What is this I'm picking? What is this? And there are times, years ago, I would tell someone, come. So have you been struggling with loss? And they say, yes, sir. Good. So and they may not know why I'm asking, but I mean, I've picked it once, picked it twice, picked it, and it's literally an ambience. I'm picking it. Now, don't go ask anybody that kind of thing when you're full of issues. You don't even have the authority. Me, I'm asking as their pastor, okay? And I don't have to explain. They'll ask you, why are you asking? Next thing I say, well, whenever I'm around you, say, yeah, maybe it's you that has lost your time. You have started something. Now fire is burning. Now fire is burning. You have started something. You answer God. So hold yourself. Just in case there's someone here who heard this thing, that if you feel, I heard it on a radio show, so-called Christian radio show. I think it was Abba FM or something. 88 point. And they call it what? Who's in Abba? Secrets something. Who knows that one night TV? I was driving the car and I heard something, many years ago. And someone says, what if you have feelings for someone and this and that? And the man boldly said, yeah, you tell the person. I'm like, what? As I wonder if the guy is an agent of the devil or something. He said, you tell. If you've been feeling something for someone, tell them. You have to be open, be honest. It wasn't about them being in a relationship. It's like, just tell the truth that why you cannot is because you have feelings. Maybe you're in another relationship with someone. So tell them I have feelings for you, that I'm in a relationship. Why would you do that? You never do such a thing. Don't start a fire you cannot contain. Are we clear? Yes. Since girls get their drug supply by having guys call them sweet names, it's not only that. What do guys derive from calling girls sweet names that makes them continue? You don't know. You must be a very young guy or girl. The answer to what you're saying is that the guys use that to prepare the way for shoot their shot. Unbeliever guys do that so that it softens the ground. By the time they tell the girl, I like you, she'll just bow because the rain has watered the ground ahead with words. All right. So guys get girls like that. That's a major way guys get girls. Another way, another reason they do it is because they've been told that that's how you relate with girls. They are ignorant. They read a book that said every day compliment someone. Who has heard these things? And the only way they need to, you look lovely in that dress. They are very sincere and ignorant. They don't know the effect of their words. Like I heard Dr. Dobson say, a child psychologist, he said that, well, if you want to compliment, you can compliment, your your dress is nice, your shoes are nice, or a nice handbag, wristwatch, something that is not the person. But when you tell the person, your hair is lovely, your eyes, one of our people went to visit a pastor, about some ministry thing in Lagos. And the pastor was smiling, a married man looking at her, open face, and went like, you have the most lovely eyes. No, and there are ones that say, oh, your lips are so. Stop. Now, there are one of two things that could be the reason for that pastor to do that. One, again, how to get people to like you, how to make friends. He read it by the Carnegie or something. He's doing what he believes should be done. That he should make people happy like that. And he believes it. Or he's hitting on her. Dr. Dobson gave this, and I believe so. He said anything that is part of the person himself, their physical structure, including their hair, their eyes, their nose, everything that is part of them, their hands, their fingers, them. Oh, you have the most lovely feet. Oh, you have the most, it's so big. Leave them alone. You want, if you must say something, oh, what a nice dress. That's a nice pair of shoes. It's not part of them. You're just donning it. You're wearing it. It's not part of them. Leave people's physique out of your mouth. Leave them. Except it's your spouse or your fiance. That is fully settled. You people are married. It's just that the date has not arrived. Leave. If you keep saying things, you're triggering things. When you trigger things, you are accountable for what is triggered. Don't trigger. All right. I've given you at least two reasons why guys do it. I'm sure I've said more in another opportunity.
On having peace about your body and other things you mentioned, for some people, it's simply about eating habits.
Didn't I say this? Next.
The question. They can
Is
make
it okay to work out the goal of changing your physique? Would that seem to go against the way God created you? Hold on. If you're eating normally and God gave you a physique that is plumper or more voluptuous, if you're overeating, don't overeat now. Nobody should overeat. If you're starving yourself because you're trying to slim down and have a sun shape, you are wrong. Don't starve yourself. Be as you are. If you're eating too much because you want to add weight, you are wrong. Time will make you add weight. Females, when you grow older and have children, you add weight. You'll be crying. You'll be trying to lose weight. So stop. Don't, if you're slim, don't ever be worrying about being slim. Don't let that is the people that are bigger that can worry a little. But slim people, I don't know why you worry. You're semi-literate. Yes, now you know some of you the only book you need is the school book, your school books. You don't know about life, you don't know about things. If you're a slim female, don't be worrying about it. I'm so thin. Don't mind your mother, don't mind anybody. In the future, you'll be begging to lose it. So have peace. Don't be worrying about that. That is what you're experiencing is a matter of time. I have sisters, they were like, I won't say what they are like. Don't be worrying about that. I was there, I saw them. Bing, bing, boom. You're like, what happened here? Don't be worrying about these things. Slim people, oh, but if you're bigger on the big side and you eat a lot, you're indisciplined. Tons of starch. You're indisciplined. Your size is not your normal size. And plus that, your life is sedentary. You don't have a busy life. You're not walking up and down enough. You're not moving enough. You go from keke to keke, keke to keke. Plan to walk more. Eat less. Eat well. Let me help the plump people. I've said this for years. Eat in a consistent way. We're going to eat 3 times a day. Let your body know when the food is coming. 8, 2, 7 or 8. It knows. Keep doing that. Your body will shed some of the weight. The reason your body stores up is because you get to a certain age. The time is 1 o'clock, no food has arrived. 2 o'clock, no food has arrived. 4 o'clock, no food has arrived. When the food arrives by 4, instead of the body taking the food and converting to energy, it packs half and stores as fat because we don't know when we are eating tomorrow. Your brain is that powerful. So it stores away the food. That's how you can be adding weight. Who has ever seen people adding weight when they are eating less? They come to school, females, you know what I'm talking about. You come to school, but you add weight in poverty. Then you go home, you're eating steadily, you're losing weight. Your body has no reason to stash away the food. It knows food will come. But once it goes into panic mode, why does it do this with females more? Because you're supposed to be a mother with a baby. It's storing the food for the baby, even though the baby is not there. Your body is this highly computerized thing God created. You have the human. If you don't believe in God, you don't know the human body. It's a fantastic piece of machinery. Your body is literally. That's why women need to store fat, store things. for baby, so it can break it down and feed baby and all that. Now there's no baby. Well, there ought to be. So the body is still doing what it was built to do. Guys' bodies are very different from females' body for these reasons. Your combination of hormones, they work differently, they think differently, they operate differently because you are female. Because you are female. All right. Um, so should you walk out? I don't know about walking out. Maybe just walk. Uh, Walking out are things that over wealthy people do. Wealthy societies. So you eat, drive. Then you have to do something to burn some of the fat. If you just live a tough life, have you gone to the village? Have you seen people living a tough life, exerting themselves, going and coming, bending and doing things, not being over comfortable all the time? It will handle your workout without your doing special workout. Do things, move. Tell yourself deliberately, I'll be walking this distance every day. If not when I'm going, so you won't swear. When you're coming back, I'll walk this distance. I'll plant it, I'll do things. Bat from a bucket. The bending is a workout. Do things. Go up and down a staircase. Do it faster and faster, not always slow. Get your heart beating. Tum, 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 tum. Blood running. If you're always moving slowly, the heart is always calm. A lot of this doesn't bother you much when you grow older. As you grow older, again, women tend to grow older faster because, again, babies were to come earlier, not later. So that's why females mature faster than males. All these things are the workings of our God into our body. Some of you, what's affecting your body may not be your food so much, it's chemicals you take, different things you swallow for whatever reason. Has effect, side effects. Remember, chemicals run on this show. Oh, I feel like this, so I take this. So I do this, so I take this. Those things. And it's not everything you take that comes through your mouth orally. Some might even come topically. Try and avoid all sorts of strange things. I want to be fairer. I want to be darker. I want to be this. Don't just forget all those things. All that tampering contributes to the chemical mash mix that is within you, which all contributes to you. What you see and think too is affecting you. What you see, what you're thinking about, what you ponder upon. So your mental state affects even your physique. Why are there people who after they eat, anorexic people, finish eating, then they throw up? Because if that food stays in me, I'll add weight. So what? I don't want to add weight. People have died from being malnourished in countries that have too much money. Why? Demons joined in. Demons. We've rebuked demons and people were able to eat food normally. Demons. Anything can get demonic help. There's nothing on earth that demons can come in and help you. Any bad thing. So even confusion about your body. All this talk, watching videos, endless things about body positivity. Who knows? Who knows what I'm talking about? Don't be watching all that stuff. Stop. Stop. Help yourself. If you like, obey me. If you like, don't. Your problem. Body positive. But stop. Read your Bible. What do you mean body positive? God loves you. We love you. That's enough. And some of the people that are concerned about these things, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. But I said it at the beginning. Stop thinking. Your life, you cannot spend your life thinking about material. Think about spiritual things. Spiritual things. Spiritual things. Think about spiritual things. How do I know all these things I know? You'll be shocked at how many things God can teach a person. Yes, He may tell you, read that book. He'll lead you, point you to an article, read that. But is it because I went and got a degree? No. God can order your steps. You put a document before you. You make sure you see something. And you will now, the Holy Spirit will now breathe on it and be explaining. You don't need a degree in something. I don't have to study for 5 years before I learn. Some of these things I need 20 years ago, 25 years ago, as a university student. So God will give you the help you need if you will trust Him. Don't be obsessed. You're on the heavier side. Your family, you've looked at them, the ones in the village, the ones everywhere, the ones that things are hard with, things are not so hard with. They all have a certain body. What on earth do you want? That's your body. Leave it. Don't waste any time. You can't change your bone structure. You have heavy bones. What are you? Leave. Stop. And that body you're dissatisfied with, someone is jealous and envious of it. Someone wants that your body desperately. Someone would pay you to take your body that you are complaining about. All right? May God help us all. Don't eat too much. Don't eat too little. Be normal. Don't starve yourself. Don't overeat. Don't eat till you're fully satisfied. Eat and stop. Some people, they see some starch. You eat so much starch. Combine. Eat fruits. Eat starch. Combine it. Your body, when you pump it with too much starch, too much. I mean, you need the starch, but not too much. Don't do everything you feel like doing. Man, God did not create man to do everything he feels like doing. Is this okay?
Regarding the curses that hover around, if the person doesn't make a mistake, will the curse still linger? Can't their daily prayers block or neutralize the curse?
I don't know if this daily prayer, a righteous life, will keep you safe. Will it still linger? I don't know how long it will linger. I don't know. I don't know the specifics like that. Whether it stays for 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, or 10 years. All I know is that you should live a righteous life. Prayer is a normal way of, you know, but it's more of the actions. You could pray. After you pray, you disobey God. You see how you immediately turn to prayer as a neutralizer? You see that there? Your focus is not living righteously. Oh. So you sin and then pray. Then you neutralize. No, if you sin, that curse may land. Prayer as a lifestyle can put something around you too. But please stop making prayer the primary source of neutralization. Is this okay? Next.
Concerning Proverbs 11:11, can the blessings of someone who is not righteous or law abiding have any effect? Is it just about speaking blessings with your mouth, or does your way of life also matter?
Both matter. Your way of life also matter. I just said it in the last answer. Prayer is words with your mouth. Okay. So what is the state or what is the situation with your life? Your life always affects your words. My choices in my day-to-day life affect what my words do. All right. I think we have two more. Yes.
Speaking about gambling, what about those who dream of a specific number, digit, or figure and feel they are told to play it? And when they do, they always win. Does this mean the devil gave them the number, or is it just their imagination? Could you please shed more light on this?
It may be the devil because demons show people things. Let me say something. I don't know. Please, you find the messages, ask for the messages, and listen to them. The messages on gambling where I preached about it. There's something that happens to people who gamble, who win a big amount of money. Recently, I heard about a certain man, but it's from years ago. A black man. I told you guys about the white man that won the largest amount in lottery ever won, 300 and something $1 million. He had one child. That child ended up being murdered. His marriage broke up. Everything scattered. And he and his wife acknowledged that the worst thing that he was a millionaire, by the way, before he won the lottery. He was a millionaire, a wealthy man who was helpful and everybody liked him. I don't know if he's in Texas, he lives, you can check it out. But his whole life fell apart after he won the lottery. The one I saw some days ago was a black man, not literate. He couldn't even read and write. Used to sweep a shop, do small jobs, sweep a barber shop, and then he won the lottery. It was almost 100 and something million, but he settled for 30 something. Oh, after all the legal gymnastics they do there, because government will take some money. If you wait and they give you piece by piece, it will take time, or they give you all at once, they'll give you less. He took all at once. Nobody has been able to find him after a while. They are sure he was murdered. His life fell apart. He would say, I wish I could walk down the street peacefully. He could no longer do that. Why am I saying this? Because many years ago, I found out that whenever people win big money or lottery, it comes with problems. And my Lord, what I suspect is that their spirits attached to all the people who contribute. You know, the money that goes into lottery is a lot of poor people's money. You don't know? A lot of poor people put in their hard saved earnings from everywhere, wherever they got it, plus criminal earnings, plus anything. They all put their money. That little thing you see in the markets all around, and people put in their money. Lottery matter, I don't know, bet Nigeria, there's everything. And they just put in their money. How much do they sell a lottery ticket? How much do they sell a ticket? Nobody has done bet Nigeria before. Editor, give him a microphone. Point the camera there. How much did they, when you used to do betting, which is not that long ago and you used to do it, how much do you put inside? Talk.
from from 200 naira upwards.
So if you put, okay, so the amount, so is it per so? Oh dear, someone needs to teach me how this thing works. I have no idea of how it works. Okay, 200 naira upwards. Let me settle with that because I want to close. I have one more question. Um, so 200 naira. So many people can buy a ticket. I know Americans, again, you guys are more, you do the digital one more, right? The white people, they have this ticket, lottery tickets, and they'll just pay and collect and scratch the number and send it in. So people do it normally. A preacher was speaking about how a church member he knows. Let me tell the Nigerian story first. When my wife was teaching, there was a young girl in her class, small girl, and one time she went to school and they said that the girl is dead. Her father had killed her, and her mother and her brother. The mother won what you guys call bed Niger is lottery. What that thing you call bed Niger? That thing I explained earlier when I said they go around collecting many people's money. And that's where the money comes from. How many of you didn't know that? That thing you call Bet Niger or whatever you call it, any of them, load to any of them, is the money of hundreds of thousands or millions of people around the country. Whenever they pay, it all goes to one place. Then from there they give some people. That's that when you say I won, that's it. So they gave you some part of many people's money and kept the rest. That's it. Football fixtures, all the same. It's all the same. Anything lotteries, 1,000 people pour your money here, then let some take. So at all times, you're participating in different people's money. Are you following me? Now the question is, how did those people get that money? What if they got it from other people? What if those other people, as they're saying, this money, if you don't come back to me, punish whoever collects you? It's money from pain, from poverty, from lack. It's like collecting a donation from all kinds of people, especially poor people. It's especially poor people that do that thing because they want to make a lot of money. All right. That man, his wife won it about 20,000 or so. Said she wants to buy babies things. She was pregnant. This to you here some years ago. The husband said she should bring the money. He was crippled or he had a limp, one leg. And she refused and said, no, this money is not for your whether drinking or whatever he used to do. He said, and went out and came back with a small jerrycan of petrol and sprinkled it on the house, on the wife and the children. Sprinkled the pregnant wife and lit fire. The story is that the woman grabbed him and dragged him inside. All of them died. 20,000 also. Lottery money. Those who do lottery, white people say it, and it seems lottery money is cursed money. The money seems cursed. I dislike these things for many reasons. That is one reason too. I dislike it because it's not an honest way of making money, but I also dislike it because the money, this black man, he's died. Though. They can't find him. He's gone. Disappeared. Believed to have been killed years ago. What? He was a normal person, having enough to eat. Then he won tens of millions of dollars. Now he's off, dead. Money cannot preserve the life of those who have it. What's the principle? I end with this other story. A preacher said he used to think, well, it's because all those people don't know how to manage money. They don't have money management principles, you know, that if a Christian that knows how to manage money, till he saw his church member who was a successful businessman and he won the lottery, gave his tithe, gave everything, and all his business crashed. Then he now concluded, you know what? Just don't do it at all. This is a successful businessman, has been for years. What is happening here? After the lottery, he lost everything. There's a principle at work that is beyond what the eyes can see. Okay? Uh, so, if you're dreaming specific numbers, who knows? But don't not know that the devil can show you dreams. If you've seen yourself going through certain experiences in your dream, the devil can show you things. Okay? You've had demonic dreams, sleeping with somebody and all that. Do you think that dream came from God? Satan can show you dreams. Okay? Can show you numbers. The realm of divination can open you up to things that will drag you. So I would advise you. You cannot, if me I see a number in my dream, how would I know I should go and bet it? It's because you're a gambling master already. I see numbers in dream, I'll come and be saying, is this some Strong's exhaustive concordance? But you now know it's a betting number because you're a bet master. Are we okay? Finally,
Is Forex inherently bad?
I've answered this 100 times. No, but it's still a form of gambling. And it's influenced by the economies of nations. I've heard a man of God say that God told him to go into Forex, and that's how God blessed him. Many other servants of God have said the same. What are your thoughts? Where did that man of God get money to go into Forex? And how much money did he put into the Forex? Did he put 10,000 naira or 20? Like one colleague I had one time. Did he put 40,000 from his 40,000 naira salary? Who can guess? That man of God said that's how God blessed him. Who knows how Forex works? You don't know. Forex says, how much is the pound selling for? How much is it naira selling for? Buy 10 pounds. Hold it. Nigerians, how much are you buying pounds? 2,000. Bam, bam, bam. 3 days later, the guy is sitting in front of his computer looking. Nigeria is now selling pounds for 2,100. Rush, sell off your pounds. You've made 100 naira times 10. 100 times 10, 1,000 naira profit. Maybe I should have sold now. Now that I have sold the pounds have gone up to 2,200. Oh, if I have waited, next time. Does it sound like gambling already? It's still a form of gambling. Now, listen, let me explain something. Every business has a gamble in it. When you go and buy yam and come back to sell it, and there's nobody to buy a yam, or when you stock chickens and it's time to sell your chickens, and they say the price of chicken has fallen, your gamble has not paid off. But at least you were doing it honestly and decently. Yes? The only way you enjoy a lot of these, even if you want to benefit from forex, I'm specifically talking about forex, which means foreign exchange, and you sit down and study the market, you're looking at on that computer screen, bring, 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 dollars are up now. I should buy dollars because dollars have gone up. The Chinese one is okay, okay. No, I won't buy that now. It's going down. I'll buy the pounds and I'll buy the dollars. When you have 1 million naira, 10 million naira from your last contract, 28. I was talking to a gentleman some years ago and was telling me about how he studied it, went to school for it, paid, studied it. Well, that's what he does. He's a contractor. So there's someone that will do a job, get paid 50 million, and then maybe he invests 30 million in forex and sits down in his air conditioned room in this house that he owns. Take note, he's a contractor and he's watching the market and he moves and puts 20 million here in £2, and the price goes up. And when he sees it and he can sell off, he finds 4 people that are willing to buy, and he makes a profit at once of 1 million naira because of how many millions he put in. Yes, your own is how much do you say he put in? $10, $20. The other guy put $250,000. You put in $20. What's the profit you can have? How much do you pay for NEPA bill? How much is your power consumption? You don't even have power sometimes. That's when the market went up. You don't even have power. You are not even there to sell because your laptop is dead. Is anybody understanding me? I might not know much about forex, but I know enough about business to understand that there are businesses that volume is what determines. And the guy puts in, and at one blow, he makes a profit of 2.4 million naira, one sell. But you're here counting. You see, you're not thinking it through. You're not thinking it through. You can't spend petrol running generator and make a profit of 15,000. How much is your petrol cost? Did you calculate it well? You didn't calculate at all. You're just, yes, don't mind pastor. He doesn't know. I know there's profit in this thing. There's no profit. You're using your father's electricity. You're in your father's house using his power. If you are the one paying NEPA bill, you know you didn't make any profit. That you went to a place and sat down where there's power, a work hub, and paid 1.5 to use their power. How many days did you go? Did you do the math? Nigerians usually don't like math. If you do the math properly, you find out that at the end of that whole adventure you went on, you lost around 32,000. Meanwhile, you'll be telling people, no, there's profit in it. No, you stayed in your friend's house and ate his food. If they calculate all the food you ate while you were there doing that thing, you have eaten almost 32,000 naira. It's 31,700. You're a dangerous person. You're just ignorant. You don't do real maths. You don't know what they call real cost, economics. Real cost. The real cost of what you have done is you're operating at a loss. It's minus. So if you had bought groundnut and sold, if you bought bread and sold, if you bought carton of biscuits and sold it in retail form. If you bought simple things, if you baked meat pie, you have made more money. Honest money, clean money, pure money, peaceful money, righteous money. You have been able to employ one person. After some months, you will be able to employ two people. Overcome pride and overcome laziness. You'll be shocked at how much you'll be able to achieve. Amen. Those servants of God that tell people that they should go into forex, go into all these things. You see, I like to bring balance. This explanation I've given it before. Um, you say God told you to go into forex. Okay, is you he told. Be kind enough to tell the people following you these things. When you tell students who live on the patronage of their benefactors, parents, and guardians, that they should take the little money they don't have. Let me give you one thing, we pray. Do you know how many people, God will have mercy on mankind? Do you know how many people, let me give you advice so you won't have problems. When you take your feeding money, your sustenance money, and use it on all these things, let me advise you, let me help you, let me help somebody. When you have money that was for your sustenance, and you go and gamble it into all these shenanigans because you're greedy, they gave you 30,000. That's what to care for you for 2 months. You took that money, you gambled. Then you turn to a normal human being, maybe a church like us. You say, "Oh, that church they help people." If you tell them you have to, they'll help you. The money they gave you to eat, you gambled with it. Then you came round and took from the offerings of honest, straightforward people and say, "I don't have money." Is the help I'm giving you is at least confess what happened to the money you had and why you do not have money. Confess it. Open your mouth and say, "This is why I don't have money. I gambled away my feeding money." But if you just pretend to be poor due to circumstances, that money they give you, that your friend that you're taking money from, depending on, while your own money you were given, you're redirecting it somewhere in hopes of making big money. You're actually running the operation of a scammer. You're scamming your friend, you're scamming that church, you're scamming whoever it is that is helping you. Yes, you are. I know you didn't think so, but go and think about it. Ask God to open your eyes. You're scamming them. You don't have a right, like a young lady in the one university, they ask you, you know, who is you they see looking wretched and everybody will be supporting, giving money. Finally, ta-da, she shows up with an iPhone. So the reason she didn't have money is that she's saving all her money to buy an iPhone. And people around her now look and have pity and now take their money and give her. So them they don't have iPhone, neither do they like iPhone. You save 100 and something, 200,000, three to buy an iPhone and show off. No, you should tell people. It's not that they didn't send me money. Oh. I'm saving it for an iPhone. I just say I should tell you. Not when they send this one, half a bunch of plantain. She shares half and gives you. They send her 20 cups of gari. She gives you five. The other one gives you five. You're like this poor person who is in need. You're a scammer. You're a thief. In case you don't know what a scammer is. You're a thief. You're deceiving people. You would lose the status of a deceiver if you confessed your reality. My family sends me 10,000 every week, but I'm saving. Oh, I'm just saying. Oh, the average person I know will never tell. You keep quiet and think you're sharp. Years later, the devil has official right to tamper with your finances, maybe for the rest of your life. Oh, that's how people come under curses. There are people everywhere. They're under curses. They don't know what a curse is.